We waited for 2 hours to lose like that? Yeah. Bruins lose 4-3 to the Florida Panthers. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. I wonder what ESPN was talking about the entire goddamn time the game was playing. It couldn't possibly be the fact that our former captain is now on the Florida Panthers. I wonder what they were talking about the entire time. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get ahead of this right now. I know Marchand's success in Florida and him getting traded to Florida is rather contentious in Boston. Here's the way that I see it. Mookie Betts is a player that a lot of people have sympathy for in Boston. But ultimately, his situation is very similar to Brad Marchand's. They're both star players trying to negotiate a reasonable, although admittedly a little bit luxurious contract for their time. And they both get screwed over by greedy management trying to keep costs down. And as a result, both of them get traded to juggernaut teams. And maybe there's something to be said about Marchand joining the team that gave him a concussion less than a year later. The way that I see it, though, that comparison is pretty apt. If you have a problem with Mookie Betts, then I don't take any issue with you finding a problem with Brad Marchand. If you like Mookie Betts still, I don't have an issue with you still liking Brad Marchand. It kind of feels a little bit dissonant when you don't like one but like the other. That's just me. That is entirely me. God, I miss the days of NHL on NBC. Doc Emmerich would talk about this for like 5 minutes and then not talk about it for the rest of the game. But no, this is the only thing that we gotta talk about now. But no, this is not the only thing that we gotta talk about. Because, y'all remember my big blow up about Tampa? We already did in the Hall of the Mountain King like a week ago about it. You could check the video up around here or around there. This is not the worst defensed game that I've seen the Bruins play. Certainly up there, though. Certainly up there. Mark Kastelic. Now, last year, there was a short of mine about something that my dad taught me in soccer. I'd like to reiterate, my dad's a great soccer coach. I love him. I think that he taught me so much about how the game of soccer is played. And one of the other big things that he told me that you should do, both on offense and on defense, is have someone on the back post. When you're on offense, it means that if your team shoots wide on the net from a wide angle, it means that you're there to pick up the dregs and maybe even get in another couple opportunities. Who knows, you might even score on them. And if you're on defense, it allows you to be back there in case the ball or the puck or whatever the hell gets past your goaltender, and you can defend your opponent from trying to do that. Kastelic, what the fuck is this? Just completely divorcing himself from the back post and allowing Mackie Samoskevich to just walk in for nothing. For nothing. This is like a minute into the game. And of course it's a goal on a power play that was started by Marchand just taking a dive. I don't know what else to call it. That was a fucking dive. And just immediately scoring. Amazing. What a wonderful return. But some of the other frustrating as hell goals. Not necessarily on the part of Kastelic. Lohrei, though. Mason Lohrei. Why are you a fucking pylon? Terrible game from Lohrei. Just allowing 2 goals to blow right past him. I'm not going to act like there weren't any positives. There were. Our penalty kill was not necessarily one of them. Our power play, we got a couple of decent calls, and they rally back really quickly into this game. Third period starts, and the Bruins, in less than 2 minutes, have already tied the game up at 2. Oh, and one of them, Pastrnak, with a beautiful shot that deflects off of Elias Lindholm's stick and right past Bob. And for what it's worth, Casey Mittelstadt, that fucker actually found out how to pass the puck with a beautiful, beautiful one-timer pass to Geekie. That's when we think that the game is set to go to overtime. And then Lohrei turns into a fucking pylon. How do you let Carter Verhaeghe get past you on this? I've talked at some length about the hope that I have for the Bruins in terms of their future, at least on offense. There's a reason why I've talked almost exclusively about the Bruins' hope on offense and almost none of it on defense. Because the Bruins right now are hopeless on defense. Our best prospect on defense is either Frederic Brunet, who is a third pairing defenseman at best. So congrats, you're battling for time with Henri Jokiharku. It's either him or Jackson Edward. And Jackson Edward is the NHL equivalent of Cam Scatabo. He's not great. He won't make amazing defensive plays. He'll give himself CTE on every single play, though. And that is something that I like. But beyond those two, our D-core is pretty dry. Some of them are locked up in college. Elliot Grunwald in particular, his skating is immaculate. I just hope that he can get out of Quinnipiac soon, although he just got drafted last year, so who knows. Vasek Blanar, he might be something. He might be really freaking good. But he was just drafted this year, and that development curve is going to take years to be a part of. And the worst part is, right now, we have such a logjam at center that I can't help but look at the Habs getting Lane Hudson 8 spots after we get Matthew Poitras, who's currently being buried in the AHL. But like, this team acts like Poitras putting up 26 points in 66 games while playing just over 13 minutes a night is anything other than demonstrably adequate third line center production. And who knows what's going to happen when he gets more than third line in minutes. But if there's one thing that this team loves to do, it's set up a Rube Goldberg machine that has 14 different moving parts that have so many weird little contraptions. Fire a 12-gauge shotgun right to the nads. Now, if there's one other really good part about this, we finally got Mittelstadt off of center. We started playing Zacha at center, and he was good. Zacha was pretty damn good at center. And Mittelstadt looked like he was kind of contributing a little bit more on the wing. Maybe this is how it should have been. Or better yet, you get Mittelstadt off my goddamn team and you put Fabian Lysell up there. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about, I don't know, playing the fucking young guys? Are you listening to me, Cam? Are you in there, Don? How about you, Charlie? Can you hear me? Are you gonna play the young guys? That's gonna be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.